Country Living reading comes to us from Testimonies to the Church, Volume 7, Chapter 15, entitled The Value of Outdoor Life. The great medical institutions in our city, called sanitariums, do but a small part of the good that they might do were they located where the patient could have advantage of outdoor life. They have been instructed that I have been instructed that sanitariums are to be established in many places in the country, and that the work of these institutions will greatly advance the cause of health and righteousness. The things of nature are God's blessing, provided to give health to the body, mind, and soul. They are given to the well to keep them well, and to the sick to make them well. Connected with water treatment, they are more effective in restoring health than all the drug medications in the world. In the country, the sick find many things to call their attention away from themselves and their suffering. Everywhere they can look upon and enjoy the beautiful things of nature, the flowers, the fields, the fruit trees laden with their rich treasure, and the forest trees casting their grateful shade, and the hill and the valleys with their varied verdure and many forms of life. And not only are they entertained by these surroundings, but at the same time, they learn most precious spiritual lessons. Surrounded by the wonderful works of God, their minds are lifted from the things that are seen to the things that are unseen. The beauty of nature leads them to think of the matchless charms of the earth made new, where there will be nothing to mar the loveliness, nothing to taint or destroy, nothing to cause disease or death. Nature is God's physician. The pure air, the glad sunshine, the beautiful flowers and trees, the orchards and vineyards, the outdoor exercises amid these surroundings are health-giving, the elixir of life. Outdoor life is the only medicine that many invalids need. Its influence is powerful in healing sickness caused by fashionable life, a life that weakens and destroys the physical, mental, and spiritual powers. How grateful to the weary invalids accustomed to city life, the glare of many lights, and the noise of streets are the quiet and freedom of the country. How eager do they turn to the scenes of nature? How glad would they be for the advantages of a sanitarium in the country, where they could sit in the open air, rejoice in the sunshine, and breathe the fragrance of trees and flowers. There are life-giving properties and the balsam of pines in the fragrance of the cedar and the fir. And there are other trees that are health-promoting. Let no such tree be ruthlessly cut down. Cherish them where they are abundant, and plant more where there are but few. For the chronic invalid, nothing so tends to restore health and happiness as living amid attractive country surroundings. Here, the most helpless ones can be left sitting or lying in sunshine or in the shades of the trees. There they have only to lift their eyes and see above them beautiful foliage. They wonder that they have never before noticed gratefully the bows, how gracefully the bows bend, forming a living canopy over them, giving them just the shade they need. The sweet sense of restfulness and refreshing comes over them as they listen to the murmuring breeze. The drooping spirit revive. The waning strength is recruited. Unconsciously, the mind becomes peaceful, the fevered pulse more calm and regular. As the sick grow stronger, they will venture to take a few steps to gather some of the lovely flowers, precious messengers of God's love to his afflicted family here below. Encourage the patients to be much in the open air. Devise plans to keep them out of doors, where through nature they can commune with God. Locate sanitariums on extensive tracts of land where, in the cultivation of the soil, patients can have opportunity for healthful outdoor exercise. Such exercise, combined with hygienic treatments, will work miracles in restoring and invigorating the diseased body and refreshing the worn and weary mind. Amid conditions so favorable, the patients will not require so much care as if confined in a sanitarium in the city. Nor will they in the country be so much inclined to discontentment and repining. They will be ready to learn lessons in regard to the love of God, ready to acknowledge that he who cares so wonderfully for the birds and the flowers will care for the creatures formed in his own image. Thus, opportunity is given physicians and helpers to reach souls, uplifting the God of nature before those who are seeking restoration of health. In the night season, I was given a view of a sanitarium in the country. The institution was not large, but it was complete. It was surrounded by beautiful trees and shrubbery, beyond which were orchards and groves. Connected with the place were gardens, in which the lady patients, when they chose, could cultivate flowers of every description, each patient selecting a special plot for which to care. Outdoor exercise in these gardens was prescribed as a part of regular treatment. Scene after scene passed before me. In one of the scenes, a number of suffering patients had just come to one of our country sanitarium. In another, I saw the same company, but oh, how transformed were their appearance. Disease had gone. The skin was clear, the countenance joyful, the body and mind seemed animated with new life. I was also instructed that as those who have been sick are restored to health in the country sanitariums and return to their homes, they will be living object lessons. And many others will be favorably impressed by the transformation that has taken place in them. Many of the sick and suffering will turn from the city to the country, refusing to conform to the habits and customs and fashions of the city life. They will seek to regain health in someone of our country sanitarium. Thus, though we are removed from the city 20 or 30 miles, we shall be able to reach the people, and those who desire health will have opportunity to regain it under the conditions more favorable. God will work wonders for us if we will in faith cooperate with him. Let us then pursue a sensible course, that our efforts may be blessed of heaven and crowned with success. Why should not the young men and young women who are seeking to obtain a knowledge of how to care for the sick have most liberally the advantage of nature's wonderful resources? Why should they not be most diligently taught to value and to use these resources? In the location of sanitariums, our physicians have missed the mark. They have not used the provision of nature as they may. God desires that the places chosen for sanitarium work be beautiful, that the patients may be surrounded with everything that delights the senses. May God help us to do our utmost to utilize the life-giving power of sunshine and fresh air. When we, as a people, closely follow the Lord's plan in our sanitarium work, nature's resources will be appreciated. So even as we seek to marry together our country living and the health message and the medical missionary work, we need to take these things into consideration.